Following the removal of fuel subsidy, the federal government introduced the CNG kits. And what they did was giving free CNG kits to commercial transports. Giving free CNG kits to commercial vehicles. Now, let me get this. According to them, this was to bring down the costs of transportation. But now, you give them kits, but there's nothing in place, no modalities put in place to checkmate these people if they are actually doing that. Like in the Abuja, for instance, I have a CNG place, a CNG conversion workshop close to where I live. And there have been hundreds of vehicles queuing up there to exchange, to do this conversion. I even spoke with the owners of the place. The lady told me that, hey, it is, when I went to inquire about the price, she told me how they get it. And I saw even a whole lot of vehicles who I spoke with, people who I spoke with. You have to wait. They were queuing for weeks to get to their turn. Now, a 4-cylinder vehicle ordinarily is 950,000 naira to convert. Now, the federal government is giving this free of charge to these people without any means of checkmating how these people used it at the end of the day. And these same people get this thing, they go buy CNG and carry Nigerians in the name of safe where it's expensive. It has not in any way helped in transportation, and it will never help. 950,000 naira. Now, it is not the business of government to give free CNG kits to commercial vehicles. It's not the business of government. Now, just imagine 950,000 naira. Imagine if government put all this money together, like those in the FCT, for instance, put them together and enter into PPP agreement with a company. Say, okay, and then they pump CNG buses into the FCT. CNG buses to carry people, because government will not be able to manage it successfully anyway. So do a PPP agreement with some company, support them, let them go. In Nigeria, even before the removal of fuel subsidy, if you go to major junctions at closing hour, you see Nigeria suffering, struggling to get transport to go home. If you go to the secretariat, it's the story. You see people running, trying to jump into vehicles. If you go to Banex Junction, it's the same. If you go to Area 1, it's the same. Any part of the FCT you go to, the story is the same. So why can't the government do this? Something like this. Pump them. And the states too would follow suit. Do the same thing. Pump these vehicles in there. The roads are there in Abuja. The roads are there. All we need is just the bus stops. Put the bus stops in place. And you can make it look even more organized. The students, for instance, primary school students can get free tickets. You give them a free ride to and from school. You give them a ticket, maybe for a term. Secondary school children can pay a fraction. And then university students can get a semester ticket, which of course is at a reduced rate. Workers get maybe an annual ticket, which you can withdraw the money from their account. But what is most important is that at the end of the day, there are buses, comfortable buses, to take these people, and at an affordable prices. People can buy a monthly tickets. This is how these things are done abroad. The people doing these things overseas, they don't have 10 heads. You know, it's painful that we have government, and with all these plenty advisors, they give this kind of funny advice to president, because I really don't understand who will give this kind of advice. It's not the business of government to give free CNG kits to drive to commercial vehicles. That money, as far as I am concerned, is wasted. The one way they steal for inside self, now I go plenty, but even the one way they give is purely wasted.